Hello again and good evening, I'm Ursa and we are going to have a second go at this Yugoslavian game because the last one went absolutely terribly, but it's because I mucked it up royally by ruining the invasion of Bulgaria. Our troops were under-equipped, under-prepared, we didn't have enough of them, they weren't powerful enough. Basically, we mucked the entire game up. So what I'm going to do is attempt to have a second playthrough of it where we actually do things properly. There's a few things we're going to change compared to the last game. We're going to not join the Axis too early because we don't want to get sucked into a war with the Allies too early. We're not going to attack any Baltic state that's been protected by the Allies until the Allies are occupied by Germany and Italy, because that would be silly, otherwise we'd get a naval invasion. And specifically, we're not gonna leave our borders exposed if we're going to war with the Allies. Big things here. We're also going to equip our troops a lot better than we were before. I mean, there are a few things that we're going to do. Last time I avoided building a lot of decent equipment, and our troops were basically terrible, like absolutely awful. So we're going to change that a little bit. We're going to sort of have a play around with things. So I'm hoping this playthrough is going to be a lot more successful than the last one. Leave me a comment. Let me know if I'm doing anything better or worse than last time, or if I can improve anything. But otherwise, let's jump in. The big difference is we're going to be using artillery a lot more this time, like proper artillery that will actually get us going, and really the soft attack will massively help and improve. We're going to stick off tanks a little bit until later in the game as well. Synthetic oil, though, we do need that really quickly because we want to build planes and boats and all that sort of thing. We're going to get basic machine tools, and we're also going to get construction. The triple threat in the industry scale is all pretty good to start with, to be honest. Let's go for civilian factories, and to be honest, one of the main things we need to be building quickly is a navy. I want to get a navy going fairly quickly, but we also need to get more civilian factories going. So it's sort of a bit of both. What I'm going to do is we're going to start with a military factory just in Serbia. Let's just finish that off for us nicely. Then we'll go for one of these, so a naval dockyard in Dalmatia, and then one in Montenegro. And then we'll start building up more military factories everywhere else. Now that is plenty to be getting on with to start with. Once we've unlocked synthetic oil, we'll get one of those going as well. We also need to become fascist very quickly as possible. So we'll jump in on political effort like we did before. Artillery as well is our main. Basically, we need to be getting as much artillery together as possible. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go for 3 of these and then 3 of these, and hopefully when the military factories kick into gear, we're going to trade for them nicely. Our trades as well. Trading with Portugal didn't work well for us last time, and to get tungsten. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade with the Soviet Union, who are nearer, and hopefully we're not going to be going to war with anytime soon. And again, we're going to be trading with the German Reich for our steel. There we go. We're much better now. That actually means that we've got enough stuff to be trading and sort of progressing with, and it's all good. Naval dockyards as well. We're just going to be building loads of submarines just for now to get our navy going, to keep this sort of Adriatic Sea nice and safe. Unassigned divisions, low manpower, insufficient resources. We don't have any oil, but we'll get that later. So I think, to be honest, we're doing all right. So let's just up the speed a little bit and have a think about our troops. We've got a few sort of basic troops. Again, we're just going to stick them into one army. 22, that sounds about right. And we're going to call these guys the Defense. Oh my god, I can't spell. Defense Corps. Or, actually, we need these guys on the coast, don't we? I'm going to call them the Defense Carp. Love it. I'm so witty and funny. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to get a new command. No, actually, no, I'm not. Urban assault, and yeah, I am going to get a new commander. I want a new. Oh no, there's no point at the moment. Let's get him just involved. This guy is going to be the defense guy. So hang on, where's garrison area? Here we go. In you come. Don't feel like you've got to run around everywhere. Perfect. What I'm also going to do with this guy is I'm going to safeguard victory points. We need to keep those safe. Naval bases and the coastline. Those are our most important things. Get the troops doing that, and we'll be laughing. We do have a bit, unfortunately, of a sort of a deficit of everything. Inventory equipment, support equipment, and artillery. We're going to be needing a bit of everything later on. But for now, the most important thing we can do is be stockpiling as much artillery as possible. And I will show you why later. Artillery is going to be basically what gets us out of this fine mess at the beginning of the game. Let's just really accelerate through. You guys saw me do the start of the game earlier. There's not much that's sort of too exciting, really. We just want to get racing to sort of 1938 and that sort of time. Yeah. I think we can have a much better stab at this than last time. I knew what I was doing wrong. We basically were just sort of chucking infantry, unprepared, unprotected infantry at Hungary. And then we settled Bulgaria. I keep calling it Hungary. Hungary's up north. We keep chucking them at Bulgaria, and we only took a little bit, which meant that we went for Romania, who were protected by the Allies, and we didn't even have a full border on them. So, but of all of these places, Hungary's pretty tough, but Romania is super tough. We want to be making sure that we're prepared for that one. There's definitely improvement that we can do. Manpower will come. Manpower, as soon as we become fascist, manpower is not going to be a problem. And then insufficient resources. Once we start closing down the market and getting a few more civilian factories up and running, we should be good on that. Also, having 3 naval dockyards compared to 1 is going to massively increase our shipbuilding. Which will hopefully get our submarines really rocketing up quickly as well. As I say, we're not going to trade for oil just yet because we're going to be getting synthetic oil into our empire, and then also Romania has oil later in the game. If I just take a look, you'll see 70 oil. Look at that. Political effort. Good. Thank you for that. That's good. Political effort. We're going to go collectivist ethos. Let's just jump down the fascism tree again. Modify government. Let's go for fascist guy as well. We want the higher ups. We're going to do that one this time. They may harbour unspoken sympathies with the fascist movement. That's the sort of thing we like. I think we're going to get, if we do this right, we can keep friendly with Italy, keep friendly with Germany. We can generally just sort of make sure that we're in a much better place than we were before. Here we go. Look, protecting our coastline. I'm not expecting a Dalmatian state, or not a Dalmatian state, Baltic state to attack us anytime soon. We should be fine. I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine. Now, in terms of the strategy for this game, what do we want to do? We want to take over the Baltic states. I think taking over Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria is going to be a sort of a pretty good one for us to do. We want to join up with the Axis as well. Axis will take over Czechoslovakia and Austria, and hopefully over here. So it's basically going to leave us in the east. If we can get involved with the war in Poland, we will, because we can jump in and steal some victory points up here. If we can't, Greece or Turkey is likely to get sucked in with the Allies, so this is sort of the direction we'll end up going. I don't want to go to war with the Soviet Union that quickly, because I don't think we'll be, well, it'll just be awful. War with the Soviet Union would just be absolutely awful, because it's just huge and they have so much manpower and it's horrible and cold, and I don't want to be doing that. I want to be consolidating power here, but just a Yugoslavia that contains Hungary, Romania and Bulgaria, it's going to be hugely better in terms of, I mean, well, we've got 14 factories now. I reckon we could probably get about 35, 36 from that, pretty much just off the pop. And in terms of military factories, I think we could probably get up to about 25, 30 as well, before we start going to war with the bigger nations. I think we can keep Italy on side, I think we can keep Germany on side. I'm pretty confident. Taking over Greece would be a good thing, because that would give us sort of loads of scope towards the Adriatic, and possibly taking over some of Northern Africa, or maybe going for over here. Collect this ethos. Here we go. Right, we've got that nationalism focus. Here we go. Daily fascism support. Basic machine tools. Right, here we go. This is going to be the good thing to go. Let's go for dispersed industry, because at the start of the game I think we're going to get bombed a little bit, so we don't want to sort of get bombed too hard. Sorry, the FPS on any game of Hearts of Iron suffers when you start playing it on 5 speed. Would reduce to 4 when we've got a few decisions to make, but just this early year, I think it's better just to sort of run through, really. We're starting to eat away as well at our deficit of artillery equipment. We've got 2 factories on artillery now. It'll start to speed up pretty quickly. I'm hoping that's going to be pretty good. We're not training any troops up just for now, because our manpower is terrible, and I want to deal with the deficit of stuff first. I also, ideally, want to upgrade the troops we've got first before we start building too many new ones, and you'll kind of see why in a little bit. But for now, I think it's good. Oh, hello. Nationalist Spain has declared war on Spain. Good, fine. Go on, always happens. Oh, hello. National spirit outranks the government. Perfect. Fascism's growing quickly, actually. Hopefully we can get that going pretty damn quick. I'm pretty confident that National Spain will win. They always seem to win fairly easily. I think it's because Italy and Germany keep giving them sort of volunteers and stuff. Right, here we go. Construction. Perfect. Right, let's just slow it down just a tiny bit quickly. Construction. Let's get you excavation. Or actually, first of all, I'm going to get artillery. And I'm going to get interwar artillery. That extra 10% soft attack and everything is pretty damn good. Modify government as well. Let's have a look and perhaps go for civilian factory, refineries. All that sort of thing is probably quite good. Military high command. Actually, no, it's this one we need. Theorist. Military theorist. Experience gain plus 0.5 daily. We want to be getting some army experience because we can start to upgrade our troops, and that is going to be pretty much the key for us winning this game. We want to be getting lots and lots of that sort of stuff. In terms of techs as well, once these sort of things are doing, we want to be unlocking the early game support companies like maintenance companies, field hospitals, all that kind of thing is the sort of stuff we want to start unlocking. It really does boost the power of your troops pretty damn quickly. In terms of the troops we've got, what have we got? We've got cavalry, infantry, one whole tank division. Oh, yes. Perfect. I don't even think we need that, but never mind. Oh, nationalism focus is done. Good. Militarism. Here we go. Army experience plus 20. Recruitable population. It'll all start to add up fairly quickly with that. And look, our artillery, we've already halved our artillery deficit. We will need that, don't you worry. It's going to be the biggest thing for us, is producing this artillery. Making sure we've got enough of this stuff. Dalmatia has almost got its extra factory as well. Yeah, I'm hoping we can have a much better war against Bulgaria this time round. I'm hoping. Fascism is already beginning to rise. Let's just... There we go. Speed up a bit. 5 speed. Onwards we go. The trick is going to be making sure our army is nice and powerful, and the artillery is going to massively help that because it gives much better soft attack. Games of the Olympiad, good, that's fine. Do you remember last time it took us, like, I think it was 1939 by the time we'd taken over Bulgaria. It was an incredibly bloody war, and it was just horrible all round, really, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. If I show you, the infantry are basically the main thing that we've got. We've got artillery and we've got engineer companies sort of involved. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick artillery in the division, get rid of some of this infantry, make it a narrower unit so we can have more attacking on this narrow front. And I might actually add things like anti-tank. That could be a good thing to add. Or possibly, not even anti-tank, I think probably recon or... support or maintenance, that sort of thing is the sort of stuff that we'd want to start building, especially support equipment. We can get support equipment pretty easily in. Once we've got militarism going, we can start to train little bit troops as well, all that sort of thing. In terms of the weak troops, you can actually see that our cavalry is literally only cavalry. So cavalry is going to be what we use to defend our borders, basically just to be able to have cavalry running around, keeping everyone safe, nice and rapid response. So in the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a defense corps of cavalry and then an army full of infantry and artillery and all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be the way. It's going to be what we do. Actually, we've all now got, extra submarines. Good. Submarines don't take that much steel, which is nice. Militarism. Here we go. Perfect. Let's go to military youth. Yep, keep going down there until we're fascist, essentially. Next election, May to 1938. I don't think we'll need to wait that long. Okay, research slot. This one was... Okay, this is happening here. Construction's good. Let's just get support weapons 1. Again, a nice, easy tech for us to get. Just improves the strength of our armies generally. Come on, Yugoslavia. There we go. A strong state is needed. Oh, perfect. Fascist coup. Perfect, we're now fascist. This is good. Right, we're just going to slow it down just a little bit. Let's start going to justifying war already. And this time we're going to go for Burgas, which is the other side. Unless it's better to do Sofia? No, it's better to do Burgas. 245 days. Perfect. Declaring against Bulgaria. We will win this battle far quicker. And actually, July 37 is when we'll go to war with them. July 37, remember that. Remember that. It will be the day of judgment for Yugoslavia. The Radikalane Yugoslavia. What a strong, powerful fascist name that is. Beautiful. Actually, we've got loads of manpower now. So what we're going to do is we're going to train up some cavalry, because these guys are basically going to be the defenders. They just basically have cavalry and nothing else. What we're also going to do is we're going to train up some infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get those going. We're going to put these on medium priority. Reinforcements on medium. Actually, no. Keep the new units on low priority just for now. Upgrades on high priority. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to go now into the inventory and we're going to start changing things around a bit. Artillery, 5 to add. 5 to add. 5 to add. 5 to add. You see, we're going to need a load of infantry, but this is going to make it a lot more powerful. And then we're going to remove this line of infantry, which will make it a little bit thinner, a little bit of a better platform from that point of view. Perfect. Save 20. I think that's all we're going to need for now. Perfect. So actually, do you see, there's so much artillery in this now that it's become an artillery symbol, which is pretty good.